Hi there once again. We move on now further to another system called the endocrine system. This endocrine system is basically responsible for the functioning of organs within our body along with the central nervous system. And it does so by releasing chemical substances called hormones, which are basically messengers or chemicals that help an organ or a specific gland to function. We will now have a look at what hormones are and how they function, and also what kind of hormonal glands secrete hormones and what kind of hormones. Hormones are stated are chemicals secreted by hormonal glands within the bloodstream or into the bloodstream upon directions of the brain. Each hormone has a particular role to play according to the nature of the stimulus in our surrounding. Hormones are involved in the regulation of several functions within the human body like growth, reproduction, and metabolic activities. So if hormones are not present, our body cannot function properly. There are different glands that are responsible for the secretion of different hormones, each hormone having a particular function. These glands are the hypothalamus, pituitary, the thymus, the thyroid, parathyroid, adrenal, pancreas, the testes, and the ovaries. Let's have a breakdown of these glands in the form of a diagram. We have our hormone glands. We have the hypothalamus, pituitary, the thyroid, parathyroid, thymus, and the pancreas. Further on, we have the adrenal, the testes, and the ovaries. Let's have a look at the description and function of these hormonal glands and the hormones that they secrete. The hypothalamus, this is present in the brain. It is responsible for controlling the pituitary hormones and regulating the secretion of hormones from the pituitary gland. To make this clearer, if you have a look at what the pituitary gland does, it secretes hormones like the growth hormone, which is responsible for the growth of the human body. So, if there's too much release of the growth hormone by the pituitary gland, it has to be controlled by the hypothalamus, because if too much of the pituitary or the growth hormone is released, then the individual will either be a giant, and if too less is released, the individual would become a dwarf. The thyroid gland, this secretes or produces a hormone called thyroxine. This contains a chemical called iodine. Iodine or iodine results in a disease called goiter or swelling of the neck. The parathyroid gland, on the other hand, produces, or basically are a bunch of 4 small glands embedded in the thyroid gland. So meaning that the parathyroid are these 4 glands that are actually within the thyroid gland and produce a hormone called the parathyroid hormone. This regulates the level of calcium and phosphorus levels in the blood so that we do not end up with weak bones. The thymus gland lies in the lower part of the neck and the upper part of the chest. These secrete the thymus hormone that helps in the development of the immune system. Without this, the immune system within one's body would be very weak and one would be prone to falling sick very easily. Say for example, catching a cold. This gland, the thymus, it is large in children, but as we mature, it shrinks during we reach or to the age of sexual maturity. The pancreas, another very important gland. We know that in our entire universe, a lot of people are suffering from a disease called diabetes. Diabetes can be regulated and controlled if the pancreas, which is a gland, produces a hormone called insulin. This helps to level or lower the level of the blood sugar or blood glucose level. If the pancreas do not produce sufficient insulin, then the blood sugar level rises. This is what causes the disease called diabetes. So if there is too much sugar in the blood, the insulin helps control this. If there is too little, the insulin from the pancreas will help regulate this in order to prevent diabetes. The testes, or the male sex organs, produce a hormone called testosterone. This is a hormone that controls the development of male sex organs and features such as voice, facial hair, it could be a mustache, beard, and it also produces the sexual gamete called sperms. The ovaries, which are the female sex organs, produce two hormones called estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen is vital for the development of the female sex organs, and features like the voice, skin type, mammary glands, whereas progesterone controls the changes of the uterus in the menstrual cycles. Now we've had a look at what the endocrine system is, what it's made up of, and the kind of hormones secreted. What we call the feedback mechanism relates to the amount and timing of release of hormones within one's body. When there is an excess or less secretion of hormones in the bloodstream, this can lead to the body suffering from diseases. If there is a lack of insulin, say for example, this can lead to diabetes, and too much of it can lead to a coma. As a result, the right amount of hormone must be secreted at the right time for the proper functioning of the body. This is the theory based on the feedback mechanism. I hope you have enjoyed the presentations. If you'd like to see more presentations, you can always visit us on our website at www.arrangeacademy.com. Furthermore, for a subscription, you could always check us out on Facebook at www.facebook.com/arrangeacademy. You can subscribe to us also on our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/c/arrangejaneacademy. Thank you.